Alright, so there's a Samurai. What I'm doing in this video is I'm going to be making like some bumper ends. I have the low-range off-road winch plate, and you can see on the sides how the frame is kind of open and showing. And these pieces right here were from the previous bumper that was welded on. So the idea is to build a bumper that uses the two bolt holes right here. That's for the, to put your bumper ends and the winch, the front cover on. It has two threaded inserts right here. So I'm gonna have a plate that bolts flat right here, and then one welded to it like this, and have one on the top that angles back to kind of make like a little bumper end. And also, to add to that, figure out a way to bolt this to the bumper as well. That way it gives it a little extra strength, like as far as trying to rip it off the front of the frame. Well, that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by cutting these off and come back whenever I have a little bit more of the cardboard CAD drawing done. And this is what I came up with so far. Right there at the bottom, I'm probably going to leave a little flat piece to cover the frame. It's not exactly perfect, but it's going to give me a good idea of how to do the rest of it. It's made out of cardboard, so if anybody that has a Jeep Rubicon or something, they're doing a project like this, you're already done because it's already strong enough for, whatever you guys are going to be doing with y'all's Jeeps. So compare that side to this side. See how much uglier this is compared to that? See, it's just going to come off flat from the top. It's going to angle back like that. Have a little front, 1 inch thick little front piece on it. And then it's going to angle back into kind of like a little trapezoid. I actually think it looks cool, really. Alright, so this is what I came up with, was this piece right here. The measurements aren't exactly right, but it's giving me a really good idea of how I'm going to go about doing it. So what I'm going to do is cut out the top pieces first, which is this one right here. That's supposed to be 2 inches, 2 inches, 10 inches, and 6 inches. That leaves me a 4-inch piece that, I don't know, this might prove to be useless too. I hope I'm not making a mistake, but I'm just going to have to do it like that. Yeah, anyway. So the material that I'm using right here, this is a 12-inch wide, 1/8 thick piece of flat bar or bar stock. I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's basically just a piece of sheet metal. Okay, and this is how I'll be making all my cuts. I'm using this, a sharp thing to scribe lines because they need to be really accurate. And this is probably not the best way, but I'm setting it back. The angle might show a different measurement, but I'm setting it back and it's exactly on 1 9/16 back from the line that I want to cut. It might be better to have something, not a flexible ruler, but something that has a flat end, like some kind of machinist ruler. You could probably get better measurements, but even with this, it's working, it checks out pretty good. So I have it all clamped down. I'm making all my cuts like this. I'll just come back whenever I have everything cut out. Okay, after a few hours of work, this is what I have. It's basically the half of it. I'm going to have to weld this up first, or at least tack it before I cut the other pieces. Basically, I still need to cut the bottom piece and this front strip. Alright, let's take a little bit closer look. This is going to have a 1 1/8 strip welded all the way across. I'm going to leave the end open right here so I can have access to 2 bolt holes that are going to be in here. Alright. So, cutting with the method, and oh yeah, one more thing I did that was really stupid. I already had my piece cut out, but it was 12 inches long and I trimmed it down and I took too much off of it right here in the back. That was really dumb. So don't measure 3 times, just measure twice. because I measured it the third time and then adjusted it and messed it up. But you can see that the fit up and everything is fine. It's going to be real easy. It's a little bit out of place, but the fit up, all the lines are perfect. You know, that's going to be pretty easy to weld up. Right here's going to be the side that mounts to the winch plate. It has 2 bolts, and then all I got to do is put a strip on the front and put a plate across the bottom, so it'll be kind of like this one. But like I was saying, I'm going to have to tack this up, or maybe even weld it out before I fit the, I'm going to have to kind of hand fit the other pieces, but that's going to be a stopping point for right now. So that's where I'm at. It's going to sit on there about like that, like this one. It's going to have the bottom angled up, side profile of it bolted on like this. It's made out of 1/8 inch steel, which you might think is kind of thin, and it is. You just can't use this for towing, like a tow point or anything like that, because it's not strong enough. But it's only fastened by 2 M12 screws, so I don't see no point in making something really strong. And I really just wanted it for look, so that way it could hide the end of the frame, like you could see in the, like at the beginning of the video. And you know, I wanted to be at least strong enough to not, you know, be able to take a little bit of a hit. I mean, this is actually thicker than the frame of the Samurai, so I mean, Samurais are pretty lightweight vehicles, and I don't really see why you'd want to put a 1/4 inch thick bumper and all that. Seems a little bit unnecessary. And the bumper ends they sell for that winch plate, they're $160. So what I had was $36 of material, 9 feet of 12 inch wide bar stock or flat bar, whatever you want to call it, and that was 36 bucks. And I'm probably going to use almost all of it because of my mistakes, but I could have probably used about half of it to make both sides. But we'll see when I'm done on my next video. I just wanted to post this so people know that I'm still messing with my Samurai, and there's going to be plenty of videos coming. But yeah, I'll most likely take this video down and add the rest of it. That way it'll be one video. But this will give everybody a little preview of what I'm doing. So if you found, you know, if you're interested in seeing the rest of this, you know, feel free to like and subscribe, so that way you could get a notification whenever I'm done. The video should be up in the next, I want to say few days, but it probably might be a few weeks. I don't even know. Anyway, the end.